Again, tickets are $5, so maybe if all of you that are left can collectively pull all your money, maybe one of you can come and see my one-man show, put it on YouTube, and it'll get millions and millions of views.
What on God's green earth were you thinking? Why anyone would pay $5 to hear what you have to say?
It's actually April 1st and the 2nd, and it'll take place right here at Universal Studios, and it won't be free. You all have to go home at some point. The free roof is going to be gone. The lights are going to be shut off, and you all need to go home.
Okay, this is where Pope speaks up now.
Who gave him a microphone? Why do you have a microphone? Why do you have a microphone? And why do you have a microphone?
Hold on.
No, I'm not gonna hold on. You know what? I've had it.
Appreciate it.
Well, wait a minute.
Now look. Wait, Pope has sat by long enough. I got it, Josh. I got it. Come here, BJ.
No, we're going to fight. It is going to happen. I'm gonna fight Champion Flash right here tonight.
Hold on.
The real main event is about to happen.
All right, do this for me. I got it. Hold these for Pope. Come on, report. It's over. You're not talking about this.
That was like 20 years ago.
Josh,
I've made millions of dollars since that show ended.
Listen, I got you, dog. I got you. Daddy, look. You and I, we go back, okay?
Long time.
Long time, Daddy. I've sat through all this stuff tonight. Pope don't like picking sides, but if you don't mind, step out of the ring.
Yeah, get the hell out of here.
Out of the ring.
See ya.
Well, I thought
And this is my broadcast partner. Pope got him, Daddy. I'm asking you to get out of the ring.
So you're picking sides?
Hey, Pope's not picking sides. Pope chooses the people. Just get out of the ring.
See ya. Bye.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. A hand for Jeremy Borash. Finally, we can get some peace around here in the Impact Zone because it's about you, the people. I'm not choosing sides, Daddy. I'm just gonna do what the people want. Pope's a pope of the people. So, here, hold this too.
Nothing to look forward to this year when it comes to WrestleMania, and that's what really sucks about the whole thing. And no, it's the company's fault. It's totally the company's fault, and it's also the Stars' fault. But I mean, just think about how poor this WrestleMania is shaping up to be. Like, we've had some bad WrestleManias before. Like, I remember WrestleMania 32 was like the worst WrestleMania ever. WrestleMania 31 was terrible. WrestleMania 30 was bad. That was the death. That started this whole shit charade. And now we're at WrestleMania 33, and it's like things aren't going to get much better. I mean, sure, you have Goldberg and Lesnar for the championship, and people are complaining about this bullshit, and they don't like it. But the fact is, what they don't understand is that as much as they hate these part-timers are the people that draw fans to the company. It's who you pay attention to see. Daniel Bryan on Talking Smack. He was telling The Miz he puts John Cena in matches because when people read John Cena in the headline, they get invested. That's what happens when you read Goldberg and Brock Lesnar in the headlines. You get invested. That's why they're in the championship match. And it's not just because they need the championship, because they don't need the championship. You're right. Brock Lesnar and Goldberg doesn't need the championship to be an important match. The championship needs Goldberg and Brock Lesnar to be important. Because think about this. The Universal Championship has been held by Finn Balor and Kevin Owens. Really, if you try to sell that as a point for WrestleMania, like, oh, they're fighting for this prestigious belt that's been fought over between the likes of Finn Balor and Kevin Owens, nobody's going to be invested in the championship. The WWE Championship looks like a bigger championship than the Universal Championship does. And that's even after AJ Styles killed it. Do you know how terrible that is? Well, Dean Ambrose actually killed it before AJ Styles, but Styles didn't make it any better. The fact is, the championship needs to be legitimized. It needs the big top guys fighting for it, and that's why Brock Lesnar and Goldberg are fighting for it. However, it's just a rematch from Survivor Series. We've already seen that match happen. It's going to be just a 5-10 minute match. The ending will be good, and I'm sure the match will be fine, but it's like, what in the end do we gain from this? We gain Goldberg leaving, and Brock Lesnar is going to be champion again. Brock Lesnar's champion's good, but Goldberg leaving, what are we going to do when Goldberg leaves? We're going to have a Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns feud, and does anyone really want to see that? Not really. It's a good idea for a feud, but if Roman Reigns keeps being the huge dog and the big fight, and I'm here to fight for my family and protect everyone that I love, Dean Ambrose, I love ya. If he keeps being that fucking Roman Reigns, then we're not going to get shit out of it, which leads us to Roman Reigns versus Undertaker. Now, this has potential to be an interesting match, except they waited until last week to start building it up. They should have been building this up for a long time now. And you can argue, oh, well, Reigns eliminated Taker from the Rumble. Okay, so Taker hasn't shown up since then. Except for on Raw, when he came out, and then Roman came out, and he was like, oh, I'm the big dog in the yard now. How does that do anything? Shouldn't Undertaker be mad that Reigns eliminated him from the Rumble? No, instead, he has to come out, and then Reigns has to come out, and Reigns has to be like, my yard, bitch. It's not good. It's not good. The storyline sucks. If they would have made it a better storyline, you'd be able to get invested into it. Triple H versus Undertaker is an example of a good storyline. And they're trying to bring in old people now, like Shawn Michaels, to say, yeah, you're good, Roman, you're good. They're trying to get fans behind Roman Reigns because they've been wasting him for the past fucking 2 years. But that you can't just do that now. You should have been building Roman up over time to face Undertaker. But you haven't been building him up. So now it's just this. And we have to deal with it. And that's how it is. Can anybody really be invested? And is anybody really going to care if Roman Reigns beats Undertaker without turning heel? If he turns heel, it's genius. It's genius to do if he turns heel. However, it's still predictable. You still can somewhat see it coming. That's what Undertaker matches are missing these days. Besides for the Lesnar match, every other Undertaker match has been fucking predictable. They need to add an unpredictability factor, which they're giving themselves with Roman Reigns. Except, it's not really unpredictable because there's only one or two outcomes going to happen. It's either Roman's going to turn heel and beat the streak again, or fucking Undertaker's just going to win. The Women's Championship, nobody cares about the woman, and they're doing the same three-way match from that pay-per-view, the one after SummerSlam. They're doing the same exact three-way. It's Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Charlotte Charles Flair. Do you think... Nobody cares about this. Not a single person. Not a single person fucking cares about this. And they don't care about it because it's been booked terribly. This past week on Raw, Charlotte broke up with Dana Brooke, even though Dana Brooke hasn't been accompanying her to the ring for weeks now. You can't just say, oh, well, you haven't been by my side for a while, but now I'm breaking up with you officially. No, that's not how it works. If you had Dana Brooke coming out to the ring for every matchup, then guess what? It makes sense. But instead, you had Dana Brooke disappear for like 2 months, and then you try bringing her back, and now you want to show the fact that Charlotte's done with her. That's stupid. That's so retarded. And then you have this Bayley story where you try to build her up as the underdog. How is she the underdog when she's the champion? You made her lose to Nia Jax this past week, even though she's beaten Nia Jax 3 times on Raw previously. Trying to say, oh, Nia Jax, she's going to destroy everybody in her way. That's not true, because Nia Jax just lost to Bayley 3 times on the Law Radio, on Raw, and fucking Sasha Banks pinned her at Fastlane. So how is Nia Jax this monster heel? And then Sasha Banks, they fucked up with royalty. And that's not their own fault. That's because Sasha Banks fucking sucks. She always fucking hurts herself because these women think that they can go out here and do these daredevil risk-taking moves and be okay just like the men are. No, it takes years of practice to do that, and it has to be experienced workers. The women are not experienced workers. They go out there and they look good. That's what a woman's supposed to do in wrestling. They don't wrestle 20-hour-long matches. That's not how it works. And then on the other side of the women's spectrum, you got Alexa Bliss, and she has to defend her title against every SmackDown woman. Do you know why? Because they don't have enough depth on the roster to give anybody a good one-on-one feud with Alexa. Everybody else, they made a heel. You always could say, oh, well, the women's division on SmackDown is way better because everybody gets a chance. Everybody gets a chance because nobody is big enough to have a chance by themselves. You can't do Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss because they've already done that before. You could do Mickie James versus Alexa Bliss, but they don't want to go that route because I guess they don't want Alexa Bliss going over Mickie James. You could go Alexa Bliss versus Naomi one-on-one. They didn't want to do that because I guess Naomi's black and they'd have a problem with that. You could have done fucking Alexa Bliss versus Natalya, but they turned Natalya heel. You could have done Alexa Bliss versus Nikki Bella, but instead, Nikki Bella has to be in this mixed tag team match with John Cena versus The Miz and Maryse. Think about that. WrestleMania. Wrestle-fucking-mania. John Cena and Nikki Bella versus The Miz and Maryse. I dare you to go find me one John Cena match at WrestleMania that has been less interesting than this. Do you care? Honestly, is there one person out there that's going to say, oh, I bought my WrestleMania ticket because I want to see Nikki Bella and John Cena punch The Miz and Maryse in the face? No, because nobody cares about The Miz. The Miz, you all fucking think that, oh, The Miz on SmackDown is a great worker. He's been the same. He comes out, he does Miz TV, he runs away like a coward because that's how The Miz's character is, and he says stupid lines 24/7. I'm the moneymaker. People pay to see me. I don't get the respect I deserve. He's the same generic boring heel. How is he doing better on SmackDown? He's not. And then we're going to trust Maryse wrestling again. She hasn't wrestled in fucking years, and all of a sudden now we're going to take her as a serious wrestler. And then Nikki Bella is the fucking worst wrestler on human earth. And you want us to be invested in this match. This is a waste of John Cena. John Cena could have been used for so much better. This is wasting him. Speaking of wasting, the WWE Championship is wasted because it's on Bray Wyatt's shoulder and he's got to defend against Randy Orton at fucking WrestleMania. Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Bray Wyatt has been jobbing for 3 years now. He's lost at every single WrestleMania. He's lost every feud he's ever been in. You can't take the guy seriously. Just because he's pinned John Cena twice in the past month, oh, he's legitimized now. No, because he lost to the feud in John Cena. How are you going to be legitimized when you've already lost a feud to John Cena? That makes no sense. That's like saying, oh, I've lost to this guy 20 million times, but because I pinned him twice on one show, that means that I'm legitimized now. That's stupid. It's retarded. It makes no sense. And then Randy Orton. Randy Orton hasn't done shit in the past 4 months. He's been Bray Wyatt's fucking bitch. And now all of a sudden, oh, I want my title match at WrestleMania, Bray. You're going to give me my title match because that's what I want. So we're going to give the title back to this boring, generic fuck, Randy Orton. Could it have been worse? Yes, it could have been worse. However, this is not better. This is not a good situation. Randy Orton's going to be champion again, and nobody's going to fucking care. You have fucking Seth Rollins and Triple H. I don't even know if they're wrestling each other. It still hasn't been announced. But Seth Rollins fucking hurt himself again. My knee. So, we don't know what's going to fucking happen now. And if that doesn't happen, my only guess is that they're going to do Triple H versus Mick Foley. Do you honestly give a shit about Triple H versus Mick Foley in fucking 2017? Do you honestly give a fuck? Do you care? Because if you do, I don't know what to tell you. Because that is probably the worst idea for a match they could possibly do in 2017. Mick Foley, he's this fucking cuck now. All he does is say, oh, I love the wrestling on the show and I love the women's wrestling the most. He's not the Mick Foley he used to be. He's this PG, watered down fuck, and he's got to fight Triple H with literally 3 weeks of build. Great. Amazing. And then, of course, Mick Foley's not the only fucking COO involved in shit. Oh, he's the general manager. My bad. Because fucking Shane McMahon is going to face AJ Styles. And the whole world is treating this like a conspiracy against Styles. AJ Styles deserves the main event match for me. So, what you're telling me, on God, what you're telling me is that you wanted to see either A, AJ Styles versus John Cena for the championship at Mania, or B, AJ Styles versus Bray Wyatt for the championship. That's the options you wanted to see. Or did you want to see a three-way with Bray Wyatt, AJ Styles, and Randy Orton? Because that kills the whole story they're trying to tell by putting AJ Styles in there. Hey, I know you guys are a bunch of Wyatt family members, but I'm the phenomenal one, and I deserve my chance at the championship at WrestleMania. No, that kills storytelling. You people, you fucking want AJ Styles to main event, but you refuse to ignore that there's a story being told between Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt that they cannot just break. So AJ Styles has to face Shane McMahon, and you should all be happy about this. All of you complain about, well, AJ Styles main event. What the fuck are you thinking? He's facing Shane McMahon. Do you realize last year Shane McMahon and Undertaker sold the most tickets for WrestleMania? He's going to do the same shit this year. Shane McMahon's going to sell tickets against AJ Styles. He's in one of the top matches on the fucking card, and you people are still complaining. You think AJ Styles and Shane McMahon is any less more important than fucking Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton? If anything, it's going to be more important. It's probably going to go on after that. You're fucking delusional. WrestleMania is terrible right now. And you fucking smarks out there, you fucking think, oh, it's terrible because the guys we want are getting pushes. Where's Sami Zayn? Where's Samoa Joe? Where's AJ Styles? No, that's not the reason WrestleMania is terrible. WrestleMania is terrible because they pushed all these guys for nothing. And it's led to this moment. We pushed Seth Rollins and he got hurt. We pushed John Cena and he's facing The Miz. We pushed fucking Roman Reigns and he's facing The Undertaker with no story. They needed to have better build-up, they needed to give this show better storylines, and they needed to do something to make people actually fucking care about WrestleMania. Because it's WrestleMania. Right now, the huge drawing point of WrestleMania is Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. And I agree. 2017, that shouldn't be the case. But it has to be the case. Because nobody else on this fucking roster draws like they do. And nobody else has the star power like they do. So they need Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. They don't want them to main event the show. They need them to main event the show to sell tickets. That's just how it fucking works. Because your fucking indie jobbers and midgets like Finn Balor, Sami Zayn, Samoa Joe, Bobby Roode, all these TNA wannabe queers, they don't fucking sell tickets. That's why they fucking wrestled in front of 1,000 people in a soundstage studio for free. That's why they paid. That's why 8,000 people paid to see them on pay-per-view. WrestleMania is going to be bought by 10 million people. 10 million. You think all 10 million of those people are going to say, I like Samoa Joe and I like Sami Zayn? No, because the whole fucking 10 million people is not this Twitter-based internet reality world where you smarks think that if you don't get what you want, then it's not good. WrestleMania is going to fail, and it's because WWE has booked it terribly, and you smarks can't accept the fact that fucking what they give us is going to draw no matter what happens. Whether it's good or bad, whether the storytelling sucks, whether the business part of it sucks, it's going to be bad, but it's going to draw, and that's all that matters.